this go on, and in our school we have a culture that you will report when someone is not safe.
But as you know, when you're a tattletale or a ratter and you're in certain groups, then you're ostracized or bullied.
Absolutely.
It's not easy.
It's not. So it's like the tipping point. So if more kids believe that they're going to be safe if they report, and that it will be kept confidential, then more kids will report.
Right, it's like Crime Stoppers.
Exactly, and it has to be, you know, that ratting and reporting, it's so different, or tattling and telling. Right. Tattling is telling to get someone in trouble. Reporting or telling is to keep someone out of harm's way. And that's really our duty as a citizen of the world.
Exactly,
Yes.
and you say in this whole series, if you suspect it, trust your instincts, trust your gut.
Yes.
Even if it's not your child.
Yes.
And it's a little tough to get involved in somebody else's life, I know.
Right.
But if your child has a friend and the friend comes home and you know the friend's being bullied and the parents are denying, then what do you do? Do you go to the school and tell about somebody else's child who you think is a victim?
Yes. You talk to the teacher first. The teacher's always the best first person to address, unless the situation is right out of control. Quite often it happens that parents see things and they don't really register as a concern, right? So, you know, he's not getting up in the morning anymore. I wonder what that is. Oh, must be becoming an adolescent. Oh, well, not getting any phone calls. Wants to quit the soccer team. What's going on there? Like, and our question really needs, what is going on there? Is this developmental? Is this kind of losing interest? Or is something going on that makes my kid feel unwelcome to be a part of that social domain? And if that's the case, that takes a little sleuthing, a little bit of watching. You know, school buses are rampant. That's a very difficult place where bus drivers are charged with the care of driving. And, you know, the kids are supposed to behave, but it really is, it can be a very frightening place for children.
Oh, of course. And it's a frightening place for parents because it's so painful to watch. It's painful to watch your child miss a soccer kick.
Yes.
You know, a little bit.
Yes.
It's not life-threatening,
Yes.
but it's to see, and you can tell as a parent who are the popular kids and who aren't so popular. And if you have a chubby kid and he's trying his hardest and he's on the soccer field and he never gets a goal.
Yeah. And that's where the coach just figures so hugely. Because what we've learned in the research, which I don't do, I just read, is that a teacher or a coach or someone in power who is revered and respected can raise the profile of a child in a positive way by using that kid's voice, that name more often, asking them to do coveted jobs, whether it's on the soccer, sort of, you know, can you go and do this and this and this, or can you take this to the office, or let's have a look at how you did that. And that raises the profile of a child in a positive way and makes other kids look at him or her in different eyes.
What about verbal bullies?
Wow, they're good. They're really good. And
when they grow up, they're good too.
They're very good, and they do grow up, and they don't all just grow out of it, which is, you know, we have adult bullies, lots of them.
Sure.
Yeah, and some of them are very successful. So, you know, to tell a child that life doesn't go well for lots of bullies. I mean, the stats tell us that children who have been identified at age 8, so that's about grade 2 or 3 as a bully, by the time they reach 24, that person has a criminal conviction, or 60% of those people have a criminal conviction, I should say. And out of that 60%, 50% of those have 2 or more criminal convictions. So when we're talking about being contributors to society, that's not what's going on. So we really need to get in there early and start taking some action against this. But that verbal bullying, it happens just like that. So difficult to catch. I think it's once every 7 to 8 minutes on the playground, once every 22 to 23 minutes in the classroom is when we see bullying situations, not necessarily verbal. But think about it in a hallway or a crowded stairwell when kids are crossing each other. And once I've got a relationship established with you where I target you, it just takes a look or a word and you're right back there, or a bump or something.
Or a fib or a lie.
Absolutely.
But if somebody calls you a loser, well, that can be done in a nice way or a not so nice way. But if everybody thinks you're a loser or calls you a loser.
Yes, if it's what has been growing around you and nobody steps in and steps on and steps up, which is hard to do, because